Did you know that in the United States, it's estimated that around 60% of organizations have faced at least one lawsuit related to employment discrimination? Understanding key concepts in employment law and the workforce can help organizations avoid these costly and time consuming situations. One such concept that plays a crucial role in understanding employment discrimination is adverse impact. In this video, we will cover the definition of adverse impact, its importance, and illustrative example, and how you can apply this knowledge in your organization or personal life. What is the definition of adverse impact? Adverse impact, also known as disparate impact, is a concept used in employment law to describe situations where an organization's policies, practices, or procedures result in a disproportionate negative effect on a specific protected group. This can occur even if the organization has no intention to discriminate against that group. It's crucial to understand that adverse impact is about the consequences of a policy, not the intent behind it. Now that we know the definition of adverse impact, let's discuss why it's important to understand this concept. In the workplace, understanding adverse impact is critical for several reasons. Legal compliance. Adverse impact is a significant issue under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits employment discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. Employers must be aware of adverse impact to ensure compliance with this legislation and avoid potential lawsuits. Diversity and inclusion. Understanding adverse impact helps organizations create a more diverse and inclusive work environment. By identifying policies and practices that may inadvertently disadvantage certain groups, organizations can make changes to promote equal opportunities for all employees. Employee morale. Addressing adverse impact can lead to increased employee satisfaction and morale. When employees feel that they are treated fairly and have equal opportunities, they are more likely to be engaged and committed to their work. ESAMPLE, to better illustrate the concept of adverse impact, let's use an example. Imagine a company that requires all job applicants to pass a physical fitness test, which includes a timed run. While the company's goal is to ensure that all employees are physically fit, this requirement may disproportionately exclude certain groups, such as older workers or individuals with disabilities. In this case, the company's policy is not intentionally discriminatory. However, the requirement for a timed run has an adverse impact on these protected groups. If the company cannot demonstrate that the physical fitness test is a necessary and job-related qualification, they may be in violation of employment discrimination laws. So, how can you apply this knowledge to your organization or personal life? Here are a few steps you can take to understand and address adverse impact. Review your policies and practices. Regularly evaluate your organization's policies, practices, and procedures to identify potential areas where adverse impact may occur. Look for any selection criteria or requirements that may disproportionately affect specific protected groups. Consider alternative methods. If you identify a policy or practice that may have an adverse impact, explore alternative methods that still achieve the desired outcome without disproportionately affecting protected groups. For example, the company in our example could consider different physical fitness tests or offer accommodations for individuals with disabilities. Monitor the results. Continuously monitor the outcomes of your policies and practices to ensure that adverse impact is not occurring. Regularly collect and analyze data on the demographics of your workforce, as well as the applicants and employees affected by your policies. Train employees. Educate managers and employees about adverse impact and its consequences. Encourage open communication about any concerns and promote a culture of diversity and inclusion. In summary, understanding adverse impact is essential for legal compliance, promoting diversity and inclusion, and maintaining a positive work environment. By reviewing your policies and practices, considering alternative methods,